thunder of jets in an open sky, a streak of gray, and a cheerful...
A loop, a whirl, and a vertical climb, and once again you'll know it's time for the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and friends.
Starring that supersonic speedster, Rocket J. Squirrel, with his pal Bullwinkle the Moose, and a host of others.
Hurry, Bullwinkle! The show's about to start!
I'm coming as fast as I can.
Wave to the people!
Yay!
Now what are you doing?
Signing autographs. Let's see. John Smith.
But your name is Bullwinkle.
I know, but that's hard to spell.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Come on and join us.
Sure, there's always room for one more.
Well, they made it! Our heroes have finally found Mount Flatten, the floating mountain where Bullwinkle's Upsidaisium mine is located. But it isn't clear sailing yet, for they have been accompanied by two grizzled old prospectors, Mojave Max and Death Valley Dottie, who strangely resemble those two arch-villains, Boris and Natasha.
Hey, loudmouth! Not so loud!
Last time, as a matter of fact, Boris began to push a huge boulder over on the unsuspecting Rocky.
Boris, do you think this is fair?
Of course not, Natasha. Why else would I do it?
Little did Boris know that the enormous stone was chock full of Upsidaisium, the fabulous metal that defies gravity. So when it was rolled over the ledge, instead of landing on Rocky...
Boris is falling up!
You can't trust anybody anymore.
Yes, that huge stone fell upward until it was lost from sight. Rocky, of course, was unaware of Boris's attempt on his life.
Bullwinkle, we gotta let Captain Peachfuzz know we found Mount Flatten.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. But how?
Just watch.
Sure enough, in a very short time, a series of smoke clouds were rising from Mount Flatten.
Keen idea, eh, Bullwinkle?
Yeah. Then how come all the smoke?
We're sending smoke signals.
Oh.
You hear that, Natasha? We must stop them.
But why?
As soon as they send message, place will be jammed with every Tom, Dick, and J. Edgar in country. Then how can we steal Upsidaisium?
You're right, darling. What we do?
Follow me.
And Boris and Natasha climbed to a ledge directly above Rocky and Bullwinkle and began censoring the smoke signals. Fortunately, they were just a little too late, for miles away from Mount Flatten, two lonely Indians sat on their pintos and gazed silently at the rising smoke clouds. Then one noble savage turned to the other and said,
Now, there's something you don't see every day, Chauncey.
What's that, Edgar?
Smoke signals in English.
Doesn't spell very well, does he?
What's he saying?
Oh, just some nonsense about a floating mountain full of Upsidaisium and...
Upsidaisium. Last one back to the teepee is a blunt arrow.
And the two Indians galloped off to see their medicine man.
All right, stick 'em out, tongue. Say how.
How?
Don't get up, Doc. Just came in to use the phone.
In a flash, the word spread all over the country.
X-ray! Squirrel discovers floating peak!
Upsidaisium, new national resource, anti-gravity discovery rocks nation.
In no time at all, Upsidaisium, the anti-gravity metal, had become the most sought-after metal in the world.
Think, gentlemen, of what an anti-gravity substance will mean.
Upsidaisium vacuum cleaners for lighter housework.
Upsidaisium autos, save on tire repair.
Upsidaisium soap, a facelift with every lather.
Even the children caught the Upsidaisium fever.
London Bridge is falling up, falling up, falling up.
Soon the entire country knew about Rocky and Bullwinkle's sensational discovery. Back at Mount Flatten, our friends were surprised to find that they'd become quite a tourist attraction. They liked it. But Boris didn't.
All those people looking at us, I feel like goldfish, an honest goldfish.
How can we steal Upsidaisium with all those people staring?
We can't. So we go them one better.
Oh.
We still mounted.
Well, this plan tops anything that Boris has done.
You know my motto, never steal anything small.
Don't miss our next episode, Mountain Mover, or Boris Sneaks a Peek.
And now,
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! No doubt about it. I gotta get another hat.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Oh, by George, that's a good one.
what's so funny, Pop?
Oh, it's you, Junior. Well, I'm laughing at a joke, that's all.
Somebody came by and told you a joke, huh?
No, nobody came by. I heard the joke 2 years ago.
And you're still laughing at it?
Well, I just got the punchline, that's it right.
Look, I don't want to sound disrespectful, Dad, but aren't you a little slow? I mean, 2 years.
Now, wait a minute, son, wait a minute. You're forgetting one of my most popular proverbs. He who laughs last laughs best.
I smell a fable coming up.
Which reminds me of a fable.
Hey, you see?
Not too far away and not too close either. There was a desert, the driest, most uninhabited piece of real estate you ever saw. Outside of the sand, the only thing that moved was 2 jackrabbits who were prospecting for gold.
Hey, look at that, Charlie. You know what that is? That is high-grade dirt.
Date?
Dirt. But don't you worry, old pal. One of these days we'll strike it rich. Come on, let's get some water.
The only wet spot in the entire desert was a small outdoor restaurant operated by an industrious mule. The only thing the mule sold was water, which he procured from a nearby well.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. And how are we today?
We are hot and dry.
So give us each a pitcher of water.
I would like to comply very much with your wishes, but so far you have drunk 80 pitchers of water and you haven't paid me a cent.
Look, we told you we'd pay you when we hit gold, didn't we? Besides, Charlie has got a present for you.
He has? Oh, well, that's different. Here's your water. Where's my present?
Here.
He fell for it. He fell for it. Hey, that was a good one, Charlie.
And the following day found the jackrabbits back on the job. And just like the day before, they eventually wound up at the mule's restaurant.
No, I regret to say you get no water unless you pay for it.
Look, Mule. Charlie's awful sorry about the cigar joke yesterday. Ain't you, Charlie?
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, to make up for it, I went into town. I bought you a real good one. Here.
Well, I suppose it would be silly of me to hold a grudge. Very well. You can have your water today. Are you sure this cigar is good?
It's good, all right. Good and powerful.
You did it, Charlie. You did it. You went and fooled them again.
Now, on the following day, a very strange thing happened. Acting on a hunch, the 2 jackrabbits took a sample of dirt into the assayer's office and were told it contained not only gold, but silver, uranium, and even lanolin. And they were rich.
That's right, Mule. Me and Charlie are billionaires.
Here, have a cigar.
No, you don't.
Look. Flem and me are leaving for France. And before we go, we thought we'd try and make up for all the nasty tricks we played on you.
No cigars, please. Just pay me the money you owe.
Mule, you hurt me, honest.
Oh, very well. But I warn you. Say, this is good.
I told you. Well, Flem, let's go.
You know, I'm kind of proud of you, Charlie. For a minute there, I thought you was going to give that mule another exploding cigar.
Oh, fun's fun, Flem, but after all...
Well, sir, no one can have more fun in Paris than 2 jackrabbits, especially if they're rich.
Ah, this is what I call real living. By the way, how long have we been here?
2 years and 11 days.
Ah, this is living all right.
Sure is. Only we better go a little easier on our money.
How much have we got left?
$1.50.
Well, the spree was over, and there was nothing left to do but to return to the desert and dig for more gold.
This is hard work. Let's quit and get some water.
Nice to see you, Mule. By the way, I brought you a present all the way from Paris. Here.
The mule took one look at the cigar and promptly headed for parts unknown. As for the jackrabbits, they decided to get their own water. But can you imagine their surprise at finding the well empty?
Hey, Mule, come back.
Let us out of here.
So the mule had the last laugh after all. And that's why I say, he who laughs last laughs best.
Gee, that's a swell fable, Pop. And a pretty good moral, too.
Yeah, only a pretty good one?
Well, I can think of a better one.
All right, let's have it.
You never miss the waiter till the well runs dry.
You never did? Oh, Junior.
Ready, Rock?
You sure you know how to work that thing?
No. Anyways, here's what it was supposed to look like.
And now, here's Bullwinkle's Corner.
Hello there. Today's poem is dedicated to babysitters everywhere. Between the dark and the daylight, when the night is beginning to lower, comes a pause in the day's occupation that is known as the Children's Hour. This is a very useful book. I hear in the chamber above me the patter of little feet, the sound of a door that is open, and voices soft and sweet. Geronimo! A whisper and then a silence, but I know by their merry eyes they are plotting and planning together to take me by surprise.
Yeah!
A sudden raid from the stairway, a sudden rush from the hall. By 3 doors left unguarded, they enter my castle wall. You think, oh blue-eyed kiddies, because you have scaled the wall, that such an old moustache as I am is not a match for you all? Like I said, a very useful book.
And now it's time
For 5 or 6 baritone solos in the key of E.
But
If not... Ooh.
now for another of our special features.
Should have tried E flat.
In the northern region of Canada, Dudley Do-Right was taking his annual 2-week vacation, accompanied by his horse.
I don't know what I'll do with myself for 2 weeks.
Gina, don't worry. I'll be back before long.
You must know, Dudley, that I can't stand being parted for even a day from your horse.
Well, I can't help it if his vacation corresponds with mine.
Meanwhile, in a deserted shack, Snidely Whiplash was having a trauma.
Homer, those Mounties are getting to me. I can't stand them another minute. Another minute, you hear?
Wait a minute, what's a trauma?
The Mounties can't stand you either, Snidely.
You're right. The Mounties hate me like the plague, so I'll give them something to hate. Competition!
Competition?
Competition, the very thing that makes the world go round. They've been pretty smug, thinking they've cornered the Mountie market. Well, 2 can play at their game. Homer, I'm going to go into the Mountie business. The Snidely Whiplash Mounted Police, SWMP.
SWMP! That's got a nice ring to it, Snidely.
So Snidely Whiplash opened his camp right next door to the RCMP camp.
He can't do it. He just can't do it. Who ever heard of more than 1 mounted police in Canada?
But, sir, that's competition. That's the Canadian way. Besides, he says that your fence is 4 feet into his property line.
Men, I don't know how to tell you this exactly, but we're no longer the only mounted police in Canada. We are in direct competition with another mounted police whose name I won't mention. And this is the time for stalwartism, braverytism, and most important of all, always get your manatism. Oh, one more thing. From now on, there'll be shorter coffee breaks.
Snidely Mounties, you know our purpose, to prevent the other Mounties, and I won't mention their name, from always getting their man. And here's how we'll do it.
Stop, thief. You can't escape the Snidely Mounties. They always gets their man.
Your purse, madam.
Some mounter you are. Huh.
Some Mountie you are.
For a whole week, the Mounties did not get their man. This was extremely embarrassing for the Mounties, for they never let a day go by without bringing in something.
Get a man today?
No, sir, but I did manage to bring in this.
The Mounties had become the laughingstock of the town, while Snidely Mounties became the heroes of the town. What the people didn't know was that Snidely was using his own men to be the bad guy.
Okay, it's your turn to be the bad guy, and I'll be the Snidely Mountie.
I can't understand it. How do Snidely Mounties always get there first? Oh, if only Dudley Do-Right was back from his vacation.
What the inspector didn't know was that Dudley Do-Right was back. When he had gotten 2 blocks from camp, he had become hopelessly lost and had spent his first week wandering around in a circle.
Stupid.
Until he found he was right back where he started, except that there were now 2 camps.
That's funny. There was only one when I left. Now, which one is the RCMP camp? Well, I'll just let my horse lead me. They have an instinct about that sort of thing.
Hey, buddy, you better get into this uniform. You know how strict the old man is.
Oh, change of uniform, eh? Well, black is distingué.
Well, there's something familiar about you.
Lost a little weight, eh, Inspector Fenwick? By George, does you a world of good.
I've seen that face somewhere. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Snidely Mounties, listen, here's my plan. Now, the people despise the Mounties.
They wouldn't dare.
Where have I seen that face? As I was saying, the people despise the Mounties and have a deep affection for us, the Snidely Mounties. Now is the time for the great bank robbery.
Something is not quite right here.
Hurrah, hurrah! The Snidely Mounties are here, defenders of the right. Hurrah!
Shut up and hand over the money.
Yes, sir, Snidely Mountie, sir. If you ask for it, you must certainly have some good use for it.
Yeah, like we're gonna spend it, all of it.
Oh, no, you're not, Snidely Whiplash. I am Dudley Do-Right of the Mounties.
I knew I'd seen that face before. So you caught the Snidely Mounties robbing a bank and broke up the SWMP. But tell me, where's Snidely Whiplash?
Oh, I let him get away.
You let him get away? Why did you let him get away?
I remembered I still have 2 days vacation.
Last time you remember, Rocky and Bullwinkle finally got to Mount Flatten and started looking for Bullwinkle's mine. Rocky wanted to notify Captain Peter Peachfuzz, head of the intelligence system, of their discovery. So he and Bullwinkle sent out smoke signals telling all. The news spread like wildfire. In no time at all, everybody in the country knew of their sensational discovery. Everybody but the man their message was aimed for, Captain Peter Peachfuzz. The reason? Captain Peachfuzz was just too good at keeping secrets.
Very well, Agent 9, your report.
Well,
Hush, that's a secret, even from me. Agent 7?
Well,
Tut, that's classified information now ready for assignment.
Yes, sir.
Agent 6, follow Agent 4, Agent 4, follow Agent 2, and Agent 2.
Follow Agent 6?
Are you mad? 2 never follows 6.
Meanwhile, back at Mount Flatten, the floating mountain, Boris Badenov, disguised as a prospector named Mojave Max, had his problems too.
Too many tourists, Natasha.
What can we do about it?
Think big, Natasha. We steal mountain right from under their noses.
But how?
Simple. First rent airplane and then...
Unaware of their shenanigans, our heroes, Rocky and Bullwinkle, were still trying to find the lost Upsidaisium mine.
You remember how to tell Upsidaisium, Bullwinkle?
How to tell it what?
No. Upsidaisium is the only stuff in the world that falls up.
Oh, of course. How typical of me to forget.
And our heroes set to work with pickaxes.
See, here's the pretty stone, Rocky.
Does it fall up?
Nope.
Then forget it.
Okay.
But as our friends labored steadily, a rickety craft flew steadily toward the floating mountain, and guess who was at the controls? Oh, go on, guess.
Lucky Lindy.
That's right, it was Boris Badenov and his partner.
But, darling,
How do we hook onto mountains?
Use your head, Natasha.
And spoil my hairdo? Never!
No, on floor of plane is anchor.
Got it, darling.
When we pass mountain, hook anchor to mountain.
Okay.
Then we tow mountain away to Pennsylvania.
But won't Moose and Squirrel see us fly over?
Not if we fly under.
And sure enough, the wily Boris flew beneath the floating mountain out of sight of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Okay, Natasha, hook on anchor.
And Natasha set the anchor firmly in the edge of the mountain.
Now we pull. You got other end fastened to tail of plane?
Why not, darling? I got other end right.
Natasha!
In a twinkling, the unlucky Lady Lost dangled precariously under the floating mountain. 10 minutes later, a somewhat rumpled Death Valley Dottie clambered over the edge of the mountain and called back to her confederates.
Now what, darling?
I'll fly by again. You lasso plane.
Oh, Boris, you're so smart.
And as Boris piloted the plane close to Mount Flatten, Natasha dropped a noose over the tail.
You're so clever. You're such a genius. Such a...
Oh, shut up your mouth.
Meanwhile, back on Mount Flatten, Bullwinkle's pick had struck something very interesting.
Appears to be some different kind of stone.
Yeah. Bullwinkle, I think we hit it.
Did it hurt?
No, I mean, this looks like pure Upsidaisium.
Oh, boy, let me get at it.
And Bullwinkle seized the strange-looking stone and wrested it from the earth.
Gee, it's so light.
Bullwinkle, throw it away.
Well, how come? It must be worth a fortune.
Yeah, but you gotta be here to spend it.
Sure enough, the Upsidaisium was carrying Bullwinkle farther and farther into the air.
Hey, I'm falling up.
And now it's too late for you to let go.
Will the mighty moose keep falling up forever and ever? Don't miss our next episode, Bullwinkle's Rise, or This Goon for Hire.
Well, it looks as if our time is just about run out.
Mine must be a little slow.
You got the credits, Bullwinkle?
All on this itty-bitty card. Oop.
We're late again, Bullwinkle.
Right.
Bye now. See you next time.